So I wanted to talk about whether or not purchasing a home is the best way of building wealth. And I'm gonna take an unpopular stance on this and say that the process of buying a home in 2025 is not the best way to building wealth. In 2025, the cost of homes is extremely prohibitive. Most Americans are probably better off being renters versus being a homeowner. You need to be in a very strong financial position in 2025 to be able to purchase a home. You don't want to purchase a home, especially let's say if it's not a starter home, if you're in a high cost area, just the financial requirements to be able to comfortably purchase a home is tremendous. Owning a home, buying a home, building a home that you live in is not about building wealth. It's more about preserving wealth. When you really think about it, real estate, even from a cash flow perspective, is not that great because in order to scale real estate, you need a ton of capital. In 2024 is extremely cost prohibitive, even just for a starter home. HUD, they publish every single year the conforming limits, right? So you have what's called conforming and non-conforming, and this is determined by the loan amount. So every year they keep increasing it. Now, basically what that means is that there's a certain dollar amount that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will purchase in terms of loans. So I believe for this year, the conformant limit is like 800,000 something. I'll put it up on the screen. But every year it usually goes higher, right? Because they have to account for the rising price of real estate. And the reason why they have to keep increasing the conforming limit is because if they didn't, there would be few mortgages that Fannie and Freddie Mac would be able to purchase. So real estate going up in price means that a lot of buyers who are financing through a mortgage have to get a bigger loan to be able to purchase the home. If HUD did not increase the conforming limits, then Fannie and Freddie Mac would not be able to buy as many loans. When it's over the conforming limit, that makes it non-conforming. So non-conforming loans, Freddie and Fannie Mac do not purchase. So an example of this would be what's called a jumbo loan. A jumbo loan is basically a high dollar amount loan with a high cost area. I believe where I'm at, I think the conforming limit is like 1.2 million or something like that. I'll post it up on the screen. But essentially it's a really high requirement just to be able to qualify for a loan to purchase a home, especially if you're in a high cost area. So you have to be in extremely strong financial position to even just purchase a home. So that's why I think as far as buying a home, using a mortgage to build wealth, that's not really it. A lot of people who are buying houses like this are not putting down 3% because, for one, you're going to be in that jumbo loan category. Jumbo loans are priced differently. They're going to be a higher interest rate than just a regular conventional loan. On top of that, the debt to income requirement is a lot more stringent for non-conforming loans. You would need to make more money and have less debt to even qualify. That's one of the reasons why I was saying that HUD has to continue to increase the non-conforming loan limit every single year, because otherwise Fannie and Freddie Mac will not be able to purchase these loans and more people wouldn't qualify for conventional loans. If you're a young person, let's say in your 20s, and you're trying to buy a home in a high cost area, you're going to need a lot of money, you're going to need high income, and you're going to need low debt. A couple of things you have to consider. There's property taxes. So when you buy a lot and you approve upon the lot, you're going to have a reassessment, right? Prior to building, the taxes were relatively low. Once it gets reassessed with the improvements on it, the taxes are going to increase. There's the maintenance, there's plowing the snow, there's the lawn care. There's a lot more considerations as far as the cost. If you're a young person, I wouldn't be so stressed out about trying to buy a house. Just rent your house. Now, at the end of the day, I feel like it's okay to rent a house. Like, it's not the end of the world if you are not able to purchase a home. My opinion is that real estate is for preservation. Once you already have some money, you can park it into real estate, and you know that for the most part, it's going to be preserved because there's a limited amount of real estate. You want to make sure that you're in a position to comfortably purchase real estate. But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with renting. So don't feel like you're behind if you can't afford to purchase real estate. Just rent. Being a homeowner, I think it is much more challenging in 2025 versus in times past. Even the first property that I purchased, thinking about if you're going to get in at that entry point at a later time, it's going to be at a higher price point. I think with real estate, you definitely have to be patient. And if you are able to comfortably get into real estate, get in as soon as you can. But again, it doesn't mean that it's for everyone. There's absolutely nothing wrong with renting a property. Don't just rush out there if you're in a financially fragile position. Just stay down as long as you can, stack your money, house hack, rent wherever you are. And I know plenty of people who are doing well financially who don't own a home. Make it a personal choice. Don't do it because you saw a YouTube video or someone online talking about you need to buy a house. It would be great to be able to purchase a house if you're in position and if that's what you want to do.